Hey everyone. This is a little later live stream than I usually do. Just got home from a comedy show. That was fun in downtown. So this is a little video. This is our challenge this week. So something that's really important. Look at this for yourself. So easy to look at all the shit that's going wrong. Yet we got to spend some time as well looking at what is working. But don't be dishonest. Like, don't be delusional. All right? Apply self-honesty within this at what's actually working. But here's a few things that have been working for me. One, recently has been waking up earlier. That's been cool. That's been working actually really well. I've been using TechnoTutor to work on changing my thought process around like how I wake up and how I interpret my alarm. Just the whole process of like getting out of bed. It's really cool because so I'm using TechnoTutor to change actually those first thoughts that I have when I wake up in the morning. And it's awesome. I'm like really putting the tool to the test to see what's possible, and it's really cool. Like I get up now, and before my alarm's even off, I get upright and I get out of bed. So that's been awesome. That's been working really well because now I get an early jump on my day. That's cool. I'm also doing DIP Pro. That's the Destiny iProcess Pro. And that's been so cool. It's like I'm pulling apart different characters is what you would say. So like we all have characters that we go into. For example, like look at the last time that you got angry. And like it probably was a thought or something with your imagination that happened. It was either something that was real that happened or something you perceived. And then you go into this character of anger. And then if you don't check it, you don't breathe and stabilize yourself, like that anger will get out of control. So I've been working on that, looking back at my just like different core memories throughout my life of times where I've had anger, and it's so cool. Like that's working really well. And then of course you apply self-forgiveness. Like it's not enough to just say, "Oh yeah, I'm working on myself." Like I am aware that sometimes I get angry, sometimes I, whatever. It's like no, you actually have to apply self-forgiveness to it. And then that plus using TechnoTutor, which increases your processing ability, allows you to then in the moment, the next time something comes up that would make you angry, it's like you have different neural pathways in your brain. So you're able to like redirect yourself. It's really cool. So that's been working as well. And then the business itself with TechnoTutor, so we have a sales team here in Minneapolis, as well as just a team in general, like around the world, straight up, have an international business of salespeople. And it's phenomenal because like last month, for example, just straight up, like I made $18,000 from just applying myself and just like talking to people about stuff that matters and providing real solutions for people that are asking for it. And like that's so cool because I'd always wanted that, and now it's here. So that's working as well. And I'm making this video to show you like just some practical examples of someone who's applying themselves, using certain tools, showing up day after day, and then expanding and sharing that with others. It's possible for anyone. Like I'm not special. Like straight up, I do work my ass off, and I do apply myself, and I do have a very big dream for my life, but that's stuff that you can develop for yourself, and then you just have the tools so you can actually reprogram yourself and change yourself. So that's been working. And then here's something else. Here's like kind of a live look. All right, so this is what else is working. So Jess and I, oh here, check it out. I know some of you maybe have seen this. This is what's also working. This is from one of my dear friends, Rhea, in the Philippines. She gave us a gift for me and Jess for in our house. And so that's cool too. It's like having friends, real quality friends who like do thoughtful things for you. That's awesome. And then Jess, and we got Asia over here. They're making. Hey Asia.
Hey guys. Hey Facebook.
So.
And whoever is watching.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah. Where's the French toast? So they're making. Okay, so we have Asia from Los Angeles visiting, and Jess, you want to show us this? This is what else is working. Having women in your house that are really good at cooking. That's working. So, what do you call it?
This recipe is called, what is it called?
Praline toast. It's
is-
something way more elegant than that.
No, it's praline pecan French toast casserole.
So that maybe I'll take a picture of in the morning if I remember. But that's also working. And then having like quality conversation with people. Hey, Asif says you're a quality friend. What up, Asia? Oh, Asif, that's working too. Okay, I don't know if when y'all were kids or whatever, and y'all had like comic books and stuff, and there was I never had comic books, but I watched the cartoons, and there's something called Justice League, right? And it was like Batman and Superman and all that shit. I realized that's comic books, but as a child, it's like it kind of impulses you to think of like, oh, we're gonna like be heroes and save the world. Asif wants to be on the video. I've never done this before. Let's do it. Asif, we'll talk about the Justice League, okay? It's adding him.
Oh, no way.
How's it going, dude?
Good, you?
I've had people before try and like troll and hop on these lives, but they never have. Check it out, Asia. Asif's on the camera.
What up, girl? Good to see you.
Asif's live with you?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Hey, Jazz. That praline, whatever, fancy casserole toast, French toast.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you should be here.
Hell yeah.
So Asif, I wanted to talk about what's working, and talk about the real life Justice League. That's why I was going on that little tirade about
Oh, shit.
what do you call it, like comic books and stuff. So we got
Hi,
we
Asif.
got Catwoman over here, and we got Wonder Woman over. No, maybe you want. I don't know, Asia. Which one do you want to be? Okay, Asia's Catwoman. Jess is Wonder Woman. We're fucking best for all. They're best for all women. Okay. Dark Destiny woman.
They're their own thing. Yeah.
I said, what would you be?
I have no idea, dude. I don't even know the Justice League.
I don't either. Straight up. But like, don't you know that concept of like, we're
100%.
superheroes, change the world? Like, I realize there's so much bullshit in that, because in reality there should be no heroes. The hero actually just ends up being the slave. But the current context of everything, it's like, in terms of what's working, for example, like the Technotutor distributor group,
Dude,
how
yeah.
every week we're adding multiple people. It's
Yeah,
like,
you know what's working?
is
It's like
fucking
our process of gathering the Justice League. Our process
Yeah.
of finding the people who are like, fuck yeah, I actually want to make a difference. I don't just want to talk about it.
Want to know what's funny? You know how like for the past year, like one of the big years of 2020 was like justice, and there's like injustice. Like straight up,
That's so
from our
true.
perspective, and I know I'm a white male, so whatever.
So your opinion's irrelevant, but
Yeah, so my opinion is irrelevant. Yet, straight up, how's this for justice? Is a group of people coming together, united in common purpose, to work on re-educating society from the youngest of people, 6 months old, to children, to adults, to older people, to the point where, like, we have the group we have here in Minneapolis, for example, that's involved with Technotutor. It's people of all age ranges, all backgrounds, and it's like all united in purpose, though, of giving every single child and adult the best freaking education.
And you know what's so cool? What we were talking about earlier today, it's like we have the scientist, we have the master of educations, we have the people with their psychology degrees, right? We have the truck driver.
What is he, chemist? The newest?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
From Belgium or something?
Germany.
Germany, yeah.
So it's like, doesn't matter what country, doesn't matter what particular specialization that they've walked in life. It's like they're all coming back to, holy shit, what we're doing is the answer, which is epic, because it's like, it doesn't matter. It's such a universal process, a universal tool. It's like when people ask, it's like, how do I know if it's right for me? It's like, okay, do you breathe? Like, are you a human being, right? It's like, this is the way we function that never got explained to us, and we were never supported to understand. So in terms of what's been working for us, it's like, it's really a reflection of our communication ability has gotten really clear based off using these tools on a consistent basis, where now when we share with people, they're like, oh, okay, I get it. I want to be a part of it. Right. And then they're learning how to share with other people, which is so epic.
Yeah, because I was just talking to another person. I'll keep his name anonymous for now, but this might give it away. Is we were talking about because he runs two very successful businesses. One is a solar business, so he has like a sales team. Another's like car detailing. He came from poverty in Mexico. Today he was telling me about his story. Like grew up straight in poverty, and ended up making it to America. Has his businesses, but then he realized for himself. He's like, my real training was then the gin training. Like I heard about Kevin Trudeau, I did that. Then we met him at a gin event, and then he saw Techno Tutor. He's like, I need this. He's like, you didn't even have to sell it to me. Like I knew I needed this thing. Now he's becoming a distributor. So today we start talking about how he's like, yeah, man. I know when we first were talking in Mexico, because met him last year at the Cabo event. He goes, yeah, I know. I was talking about like wanting to actually really go back to Mexico and like rebuild things for real. He's like, that's like this is the missing piece: is the education system's broken. People aren't fundamentally supported. It's like kids go to school there. You can like buy your way through school. He's telling me how people can buy like their GED and like their degree for college like off the black market. Wow. He's like, this is how we actually rebuild Mexico, like a whole nation. And he has the ability to like actually do it. And so it's like, this is cool. I mean, I've seen it for a while, but just to like put it into words and say it on live, it'll end up on YouTube. It's like, this is the real freaking deal. Like where everyone else is freaking out right now, like, oh, COVID, oh, they stormed the White House or the Capitol or whatever. It's like, all right. Well, can you read at 800 words a minute or not? Because we gotta level up. Like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, all of them, they know what's coming. They're able to process this information and maintain their power and control. Like, let's bring that grassroots to as many people as possible, so we can all equalize and actually be at the highest level.
And that last point that we were talking about earlier today, of how it's like people kind of assume that you're just not supposed to know certain things, or like you're not supposed to feel good, or you're not like life is just about riding the roller coaster or whatever. It's like, well, that's probably what we thought before too. It's like you have the highs, you have the lows, you have the highs, you have the lows.
Yeah, it's just like part of life, man. You can't always be happy.
Exactly. And like nobody actually knows how like reality works. It's just something that you kind of just like succumb to, right? And you just like whatever happens, and you go along, right? And you adapt, right? It's like you've been doing this for like what, a year and a half, like since you discovered, it's like
pretty much, yeah.
You're the fucking rock solid about how reality works.
Yeah.
You're rock solid about what it takes to have a great relationship. You're rock solid about what it takes to make millions, make billions, like have political influence. It's like you didn't even really think that, like you wouldn't think that that's available, right? So it's so cool that now.
What's so funny is like I remember, like I was talking to someone else too who's brand new to Self-Perfected the other day. We were talking and she's like telling me, she's like, oh yeah, I write things down all the time. She's like, I have journals full of my notes. I was like, oh, cool. Because I was like, that's like, I had that, Jeff had that, where it was like, before we had Techno Tutor, we thought the only way to get this information is like write freaking everything down all the time. And now it's like, there's a better way. So anyway, just wanted to like say that how you're saying, like, I didn't really know this was possible until now, like in the last year and a half, right? Because like I wanted to be really successful. Like I earnestly wanted to be really successful and like use that money to change the world, right? But I was like fucking broke, unhappy, wasting my life away.
Living in your parents' basement. Yeah, exactly. Like in an unhappy relationship, dude, it's actually crazy if you think about it. Like in a year and a half, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but in a year and a half, you went from living in your parents' basement, an unhappy relationship, no purpose, failing in your business, to exploding in your business, getting a new business, being full of purpose, moving out of your parents' basement into a downtown apartment, and then from a downtown apartment to a 5-bedroom house that you don't just have a room in, it's your house with your new partner who you just got engaged to. Dude, how many people are thinking, okay, that can happen in a year and a half?
In 2020, especially.
In 2020 of all fucking... So it's like all of those ideas about how long things should take and this is how it should look and all, it's total bullshit. And you're the living proof. I will be saying these words and people will hear it or watch it and they'll be like, are you serious? That was actually literally Mitchell's story in like the most like bite-sized version of it. And it's much more epic. Right?
Oh, because when I met Asif, that was so funny, dude. I was like eating breakfast with Kien. He's like, yeah, dude, you should. It was like at the Gin event, right? We're like in, beautiful top level of the Marriott
Denver?
Hotel or whatever.
Yeah, in Denver, yeah.
And at the event, it's so cool. And he's like, Kien's like, oh, you really got to meet Asif. He's like, he's my brother. I was like, okay, cool. First conversation, I was like, yeah, Asif, like, isn't it cool? Like, everything's energy, man. Like,
and the spiritual enlightenment thing, right?
Yeah, everything's like spiritual, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, do you even know what that means? I'm like, yeah, it's like spiritual, You're like, do you even know what the definition of spiritual is? I was like, and that just opened up my reality.
And it was funny because you were doing this process from KT's Nuggets of Gold of like getting super clear with your words, and you're like, oh, I know this one, and then like we read it all together. You're like, oh shit, okay, it's so cool.
It was like I knew it, but I didn't know it. I wasn't living it, right?
Right.
But then that really woke me up too because I knew you and Kien were younger than me, making way more money than me, having way more connections with like real affluent people, and you had successful business. So I was like, if it was anyone else, I would have been like, screw you guys, you didn't know what you're talking about. But I was like, these guys seem like they know something. And thankfully, you guys showed me the ropes, and I mean, I learned fast because I was just like, all right, my ego's out the door. Like, I have nothing left to really lose. Time to just figure it out. And then that goes back to kind of this theme is like, that's what started to work. It was like realizing, oh, when I'm connected to quality people, like this is working. Okay, maybe I should do what they're saying. Oh, they say I should do self-forgiveness every day. Okay, I'll do self-forgiveness every day.
Because that's what works, right? That's what's been working for us, right?
I mean, yeah,
I think my favorite part about it is everybody's looking for like they want a mentor that they can hold their hand and walk through. It's like, okay, cool. We had that at first, but now we're equals, right? It's like we're always helping each other. It's so cool. Now we work together and like you know what I'm saying? It's like now you're your own mentor and you get counsel from other people, just like Kevin Trudeau describes in Your Wish is Your Command. He's like, ultimately you listen to yourself, but no one actually ever does that. Because what do they end up doing? They start listening to their feelings, and their feelings got put there from other people. So then they never end up actually listening to themselves. So it's cool. It's like, this is the only place where I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've had life coaches. I've had mentors. I've been in businesses where you have your manager, all that stuff. It's like, this is the only place, the only group where we actually become equals. Where we stand beside each other. And I'm like, okay, Mitchell became so fucking gangster, so clear on reality that now we're giving each other advice. Now we're giving each other perspective. Now we're helping each other up. It's so cool.
Yeah. Now like everyone else that's like joined in the past, I mean, it just started growing like crazy. Kind of like right after I got in, it was just like wildfire. And then it's like, damn, this is so cool. So now we have people like in Denmark and stuff that are like totally getting it. We have those people from Morocco that are on the self-perfecting call.
Yeah, Denmark, like Morocco, like, right. And Guam, like it's like 5 a.m. when we're having like the distributor calls and stuff like that. But it's like, we have all across Germany, Slovenia, Algeria, Estonia, right? Australia. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it is. It's like global. And so like that is really what's working. And so like in Cameron and Avery have been saying this for years. Bernard had been saying it forever. You hear it on the videos. Like I listened to some of Cameron's videos from like 5-6 years ago. I'm like, they were all saying this. Like, the current system is going to collapse. Automation is coming in. People's jobs, it's going to change. People are going to be in unrest. Like the system is inherently abusive, and it's fucked. And so we've got to stand and actually support people fundamentally, which, as we know, is vocabulary. Empower people with words. It's like imagine you were going. I was explaining this to someone the other day because they're like camping. So I was giving them an analogy. I was like, okay, imagine you're going out camping and all you have is a flashlight and a lighter, and that's all you in your tent. Are you gonna have a very good time camping or hiking or whatever? Fuck no, you're not. But that's what the school system does for us. Is like they throw a bunch of shit at us. A few little things stick, and that's like the tools you have to go into the world. And people have their thing. I'm not a math person. I'm not a history person. I'm not a
Right.
social. Not this, right? But it's like that.
I used to think that so
What-
much. Yeah.
Yeah, same. And I was like, I'm not really like a math person. But then I'm over here like building a business. I'm like, I better be a math person pretty fucking quick, right? But it was like no matter what I did, I would read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I would read the page. I was like, what the hell did I just read? And I'd read it again. I was like, I still don't understand it, but I know I'm supposed to read this book, right? And then that's when you and Cameron are like, dude, just put the words in TechnoTutor, then you can actually process it. I was like, there's no way it's that simple. They're like, okay, whatever. It's like, okay, I'll do it, right? And then I did. It clicked. Like, holy shit, this is cool. So like the point is that's vocabulary. Vocabulary is not some thing in school where you had to learn the different words and compound words and all that shit, right? It's like real vocabulary is equipping you with a bunch of different tools that are words and concepts so that you're able to handle this world, this post-coronavirus world where there's fake news everywhere and you can't even trust what is, anywhere. It's like that requires discernment and the ability to have enough words so you can comprehend reality and what's going on. And like, so now to bring it back, that right there, that ability to have people and a network around the world who are all increasing their ability to, one, process information, and two, understand reality and then live these words, that is clearly working. And so that's what's going to be so cool, because a year from now, we'll look back at this video. Facebook on our timeline, if we're not deplatformed by then, they're going to, it's going to be like, 1 year ago, you and Asim made a live stream. Do you want to share it again? I'll be like, fuck yeah. Look at what we did.
It's funny, like, so the word vocation, right?
Yeah.
The word vocation means career.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what's the point of, like, what's a career? Working, right? It's like, what's the point of working? Money. So basically vocation, depending on your vocation, that determines how much money you make.
Yeah, true.
There's a reason why the first 4 letters of vocation is the same first 4 letters of vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody actually understands what vocabulary is, right? But they come from the literal same word.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally just the root word, vocabulary is what it extends to inside, and then vocation is what it extends to outside. Where all vocation is the external manifestation of your vocabulary. So if we look at that, vocabulary equals vocation. In other words, all vocation is, or all career is, or what you do for work, all it is the external manifestation of your vocabulary. Why do you work? Why do you care about work? Because it determines how much money you make, how good your life is. So in other words, if you just remove the middlemen of that equation, vocabulary equals how much money you make and how good your life is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and I'm saying, I just want to say one more thing. Don't trust me. Go look at the fucking words.
Yeah. Go on like Wiktionary or one of the etymology dictionaries.
Yeah, Etym Online. Even just Google and following it back to origins. It's super easy.
Mm-hmm. And like, because the word vocabulary got bastardized in school. So people are like, oh, well, vocabulary, like, yeah, I know some, yeah, or like, or like salespeople, for example, where they're like, oh yeah, I'm like a good talker. But it's like, that's just one level of your vocabulary. There's also the vocabulary of understanding the systems behind how things work. The system of the operating, structure that's like within you. Like, how is your internal, it's like a constellation within you in a sense that gets expressed. Right. So yeah, you could be a great talker, but you can be a great talker and be fucking broke. You don't understand the vocabulary of money, or the vocabulary of cash flow, or how to properly set up your finances or a business. Or the vocabulary, setting up a business, for example.
Right.
it's an entity. Why do they call it an entity or a corporation, right? What's the root of corp? Right? Yeah, it's really cool stuff. And like to make it really practical, it's like that process of building my vocabulary and also deconstructing it
Mhm.
and then starting to define words in ways that are actually best.
Mhm.
Like what is the best definition of love, for example? Like people think, oh, love, it's like that fuzzy feeling, and like I feel it when it's Christmas
Right.
time and Valentine's Day, or when my partner looks at me in the eyes and kisses me. It's like, oh, love. It's
Come, Mitch,
like,
give me some love.
oh, I love you, Asif.
I love
It's
you,
like,
Mitch.
and it's like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Because real love, like picture it like this: you got your kid that you love, and they're sitting at the table, and they're hungry, and they go, "Daddy, mommy, I need some food," and you're like, "Okay, well, I love you, and I feel like good on the inside, so like, just I love you, like, just take my word for it, you know, like, just like feel this feeling." It's like, no, that's fucking stupid. That's child abuse. It's like, real love is you put food in their belly. Like real love is you put a shelter around them and you are stable with them and you explain things to them. That's love. Like
And
love is
how
actually
about this?
living. Mm-hmm.
It's like what about when, for example, your partner, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
they're an asshole, right? And
Or you perceive they're an asshole.
exactly, right? It's like you're just like,
Right.
oh, you're being an asshole right now because you're triggering me or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they say I love you. You're like, I don't feel like that right now, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like if your kid does that to you, is that how you determine whether or not you feed them? Right? It's like your kid just broke a bunch of shit like super maliciously. They were being really spiteful for some reason, you know.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, fine, you're not eating today. Now here's the thing: there are some people who do that. So
Yeah.
don't think that's so fucking ridiculous. And why would I ever? That's the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to look at where you're at on the spectrum of following how you feel to determine how you should treat people, or how they're treating you should determine how you treat people. I remember uh, today or yesterday, I had lent somebody something,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were just like joking around. Of I went to borrow something from them, and they were like, "No, no, you can't use that," just as a joke. And then I was like, "Okay, no problem." And the other person, there was a third person. They were like, "Hey, are you going to take back the thing that you lent them because they didn't lend you your thing?" I was like, "No, that doesn't change how, like, the way I treat people just because they're treating me poorly. It's irrelevant. It like
Mm-hmm.
what I choose to do is not based off how other people are treating me, because that's not consistent. That's not principled. And
Yes.
because of that stability, it's like, dude, like even look at our relationship, man. It's like we've gotten to disagreements before,
Mm-hmm.
but every time we always come out better. Every single time we come out with more clarity, more structure, a better relationship because we went deeper. It's epic, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's really epic.
Yeah, and because it could because we don't fear that negative emotion or
Right.
whatever. Like we'll be talking about a way we're gonna like structure some deal or something like that, and you'll say something of like, "Hey, well, we should just do this because I have this leverage," and in the moment I'm like, "Fuck you, Asif." And then I'm like, "Nah," I'm like, "That's my ego reacting." Okay, and then I'm like, "Huh," but I'm like, I don't know what to say, so I was like, "Okay, maybe like let's talk," and I'm gonna
Right.
call you.
Exactly. Huh.
And
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 then
then I
I'll be
go,
like, well, Mitch, what's coming up for you? You're like, okay, well, there's
yeah,
this point and this point, and then like, okay, cool. We'll go back. We'll do process on it, and then let's tongue at each other again. Yeah.
and then it's so cool because then afterwards, which we've got really effective at it, it takes an hour or whatever. Now it's like pretty much in the moment.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I remember a few distinct times where I was like, I'm pissed at Asif. I know I'm not gonna be pissed at him forever. I'm sure he said this for a reason, but like I gotta get some point across to him because like we'll both benefit from this. Like I can't like how many times have you had a relationship, you or anyone watching, right? Where it's like you know you need to say something to that person. Like there's some point to get across to them. Like you want them to learn some lesson or something because they maybe wronged you, but you don't know how to put it into words. You're like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just brush it under the rug. I'm not worth it,
Right.
right? Like let's salvage a relationship. But instead, with us, it's like I know no matter what happens, at the end of the day, you and I both have common sense, and we have self-honesty. So if you're acting a fool or I'm acting a fool, it's like we get to at least explain it to each other. Like, hey, I'm seeing this. What do you see? We're stable enough where we can have that conversation. And then by the end, it's always like, oh yeah, I realize like, oh, if I were in your position, I would actually want that. Okay, this makes sense. Cool.
Mhm.
And then you're right. Like it does grow stronger in that as well. That's what's working, is relationships based in agreement. Because now I'm not scared of pissing you off or saying something in some type of way that makes you feel some type of way or whatever, or vice versa. It's just like you can be here. And then we can actually focus on building. And now we have all this stuff that we're working on. It's like really fucking cool because I don't have to worry, oh shit, is he still pissed at me because of that
Right,
thing?
right. Yeah.
So yeah. And then you got Maylat, I have Jessica.
Uh-huh.
So it's like we that too, that's like another dimension of equality in building like real agreement with relationships.
Yeah, and they have each like now they're talking. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's so cool because um obviously we started process before they did and we introduced them to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now they're at this point within themselves where they're like supporting other people, right?
Yeah.
And it's like there's nowhere else. And like even look at this. It's like at the very beginning of our relationship, it's like okay, we're here to show like guide Mitchell. But now it's like that's done. That's done in every way. It's just like, yo, me, Mitchell, and obviously my brother Kian. It's like, how far can we go? How far can we go? How far can we go? So that's why it's like, I really want to emphasize that point because people will see you and they'll think, oh man, like that's so cool that he can do that. That's so cool that, right? And obviously everybody has their different location point in life where they have to work through whatever initial consequences that you've already gotten yourself into. But
Mm-hmm.
so that will be unique to everybody. But the point is, there's nothing special about us. There's nothing special about Mitchell. There's nothing special about me where he has some like thing in his brain or different something like some device inside of him that's like making him it's just a process. Just like
Mm-hmm.
relationships. If you follow the same agreements that, for example, Katie and Cameron follow, then you'll have a great relationship like Katie and Cameron have. You're the proof of it. I'm the proof
Mm-hmm.
of it. And then
Mm-hmm.
now we're showing that to like there's some other people in Ottawa that you guys know that oh shout them out, Carl and Megan. It's like that now they're applying the principles in their relationship and they're like pushing each other and expanding and it's so cool because isn't that the coolest thing, Mitchell? Is like when you share this process with somebody and you're like, okay, so it's not just me.
Yeah.
Even after you do it for 10 people, you're like, wow, it even works for this person. Right?
Yeah.
It's the best feeling, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
And then now having the self-perfected group of what 600 some people like on some of the recent calls, like having oh nice, having like over 50 people on some of these calls all coming together, like, and the people are participating, like
yeah.
they're in the chat jumping on, they're like, hey, this is what I think, like, what do you guys think? And
Watching the live from the group, not even in the Zoom room, just watching the live, commenting and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like that's something that, I mean, having that many people all united within a principle, that's like, this is literally the manifestation of what we've been talking about. Because I mean, ever since I started, especially as being a distributor at TechnoTutor, and then realizing the bigger plan of having the political party to create the real change and like be that common sense middle ground, like best for all solution. I remember hearing that and how like the vision is to like get people in the White House, get people in Congress, for governor, for mayor. And I heard it first and I was like, oh, that's cool, you guys are doing that, but like I ain't
Right.
gonna do that.
Right. That's the
And now,
classic. Yeah.
yeah, and now I'm like, no, that's my responsibility. Like, am I willing to get into the White House to whatever capacity?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, yes, and this is how. I literally see the how now. We have this network. It's a global network. It's already too big. It's like the virus. It's like it got out of Wuhan or wherever the fuck it went, right? Like that's what TechnoTutor is. That's what Self-Perfected is. That's what Destiny is. It's all the same thing. It's all the same virus, and it's out in the
Yeah.
world.
It came out of
And
South
people,
Africa. It went into the U.S. and now it's global. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's so awesome. And so I mean, it's been what 7, 10 years in the making,
Mm.
but now it's at this inflection point, and I mean, it's already popped off. I see it clearly. I
Yeah.
have people out of nowhere hitting me up and then asking me like, "Hey, it seems like you're onto something. Like, what is it?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, I have a few ideas. Like, you want to get on a..." And people are just now like just getting it.
Mhm.
Like it's so clear. People are like, "Oh yeah, we can't trust the school system. Oh yeah, all that shit I learned in school did not prepare me. One, even for the world pre-COVID. Now, especially
Right.
when there's lockdowns happening kind of randomly. You know, like it changes one day or the other depending on the weather. Fauci says something, and then the Democrats do something, and the Republicans do something. It's just like a mess. So it's like we need to be able to stand in stability and navigate this world now, and together too, so we can cross-reference and be that point of self-honesty for each other, because like we all have to walk the process. I can't walk the process for someone, you can't walk the process for someone. It's like
Damn.
it's that 7-year journey for all of us, you know.
Yeah. This is cool, man. Yeah. You and Asia and Jess having fun?
Oh, we're having so much fun.
Yeah.
We went to this comedy show earlier. It was really funny.
A
It was
comedy
like
store?
a comedy show
Comedy show?
with John. Yeah, so John's like helping me build locally with TechnoTutor.
Right.
And he's, oh yeah, they do an open mic every Monday night. So we go, and Jess, every time Jess like, I should go up there this time. She's like, I should go up and like practice my stand up. I'm like, you know what? By the end, she's like giving me an example. She's doing like some stand up type stuff for me in Asia. I was like, damn, she's actually really funny. Like, I know she's funny, but I was like, no, this is like really funny.
Wow.
And so that
Oh
was
my
cool. Yeah,
God.
it's kind of like a nice pattern break because like, so Asia's here in town, right?
Mhm.
And it's something that I've just come to see. Like Kevin Trudeau does a good job of explaining it, but I see it for myself too. Is the importance of traveling, breaking your patterns. I mean, didn't we notice this when we were in Houston?
Mm.
Travel, have a bunch of different food, hanging out, playing with Seneca and
You're
Max.
eating spicy food, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, I was eating
Remember,
spicy.
you were like
I was
sweating, like.
I was like, this is painful, but it's so fucking good. That was fun. But then we go to the gun range and we're shooting like
Right.
an AR-15, and then we're like playing chess and stuff. It's like my point for saying it is, you do different things. It breaks all the patterns in your brain. After you shoot a gun, for example, at a gun range, right? Like all legal stuff. It's like you're different. That thing resonates throughout your body. Like, whoa, that was cool. Or you play chess and you're like, I'm like playing chess and Max is there like asking me about the pieces. I'm explaining to him, looking at the pieces. I'm like, this is forcing me to think in different ways. So for example, like today we like went to the office downtown. Like Jess and Asia went to like the top of the build. Like Jess has the hookup at the tallest building in Minneapolis because she used to work at the hotel there. So they go up to the 50th floor and they're just like walking around like having fun. I'm like, it point being, for yourself, if you feel stuck to any capacity, you need to get out and break your patterns. Whether you travel somewhere or you go 10 minutes down the road and you go for a walk in the woods, or you like download the chess app on your phone, or you talk to someone new, or you move your desk in your office or whatever, like you move your bed, or you, I don't know, whatever it can be to start changing those patterns, like that's essential. Otherwise, literally, the mind will just compound on itself, and you'll get more of the same thing. But then you make those little tweaks here and there, and then especially then you apply this process. It's like literally, there's no limit to what's possible. Like literally, anything is possible.
Like we came back from Houston like a month or so ago, and like.
I know we both had like ridiculous months.
Like ridiculously
Like,
amazing, yeah.
yeah. So it's cool. So yeah, I'd say that's what's working. Have you done the video challenge yet this week, Asa?
This
You
is it
cannot
right
get
here, huh? What'd you
you
say?
cannot. You can't get a free ride on mine. You're nightly nasty with Asa.
Hey, you know
Video.
what? We gotta do a live stream.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be fucking sick. We
Yeah.
should plan that.
Okay, cool. And we'll
That's that one with Marley. Got some cool feedback on that. People were like, "Damn, that's like Marley's perspective on living at the Destiny farm," and just hearing the Destiny story from another like real person. So like, okay, yeah, this is a real legit thing.
right.
It's not like some weird group, some online forum thing. It's like, no, Marley's just like a normal, stable dude who is actually here for what's best for all.
Yeah.
And so to have him share his story and like his experience with Bernard and different quotes and stuff is like so cool. So yeah, it'll be fun to have you on. We'll have Drake on, Mayor, Cameron, everybody. Everyone will be on the live stream.
That was cool. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, what's late for you there?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Fucking
How about you?
exhausted, man. But dude, for Mitchell, psh.
I don't even sleep anymore, bro. I'm just kidding. But I have noticed. Here's something here. We can close on this point. One of the hidden benefits of doing the process, specifically using TechnoTutor every single day, working on myself, and writing self-forgiveness through doing DIP Lite and the DIP Pro, doing those every single day, one of the hidden benefits I was not anticipating was that I actually need to sleep less, and I'm able to, when I wake up in the morning, I have peace of mind for like the first while. Some days it's like 15 minutes, then I'm like, oh wait, I gotta do like that and that, and I like have to get my calendar. But some days I'll go a whole hour. I'll go work out with Jess. I'll take a shower, get my coffee, like nice and like zen. I'm like, my mind is like at peace. This is amazing, and that is directly because I'm able to just. I've processed a lot of these points. I have still a ways to go, obviously, but I'm already at the point where I'm like, whoa, I can just be here like in awareness and just go. And I don't have those thoughts nagging me of like, whoa, that one person yesterday said that thing and it pissed me off and blah, blah, blah. Have you noticed that too? Of like,
Dude, I was gonna say my second favorite thing with this process is like hearing other people talk about some random benefit that they've noticed, some change they noticed in your life. Like, oh shit, me too. I didn't even think. Right, exactly. Like this is coming from you too. Like this is crazy. And what was that last thing that you said? Uh,
what, this sleeping?
this thing. But yeah, it was just that point on when you throughout the first part of your day, just
Mm-hmm.
having like total clarity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I didn't even expect that.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And just having that structure in the morning to like just walk yourself through, and then you start your day. It's like the ultimate way to structure yourself so that you can face any chaos that happens throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you're prepared to meet it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the here's the word, equanimity.
Equanimity, yeah, steadiness.
Yeah. You look that up in Techno today?
Yeah, of course. It's
Like,
one of it.
yeah, like steadiness of mind under stress.
Yeah, yeah.
So valuable. So the world's gonna keep getting more stressful.
We gotta keep getting more stable. Oh, this is the point I wanted to make. This is the point I wanted to make. I remember now. It's
Look
late.
at that.
Usually I'm in bed. Um, but don't you still feel like you're just like a baby in your process? Like we're just getting started.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but just that little bit of like everybody's here. And if you just poke your head out, everybody notices. And you're like, what? Like, why do you think I'm so special? Or like, what do you think I have a result? I'm like, okay, when you compare yourself to who you were before, like, okay, I've fucking changed massively. But I still
Mm-hmm.
have so much to go. Like, why do people think that this is like unique or whatever? It's like everybody can do this, right?
Yeah.
And it's like then you're trying to convey that to people, and they're like, nah, I don't believe you. You're like, trust me, just ask everybody else who's doing this process, who's using
Mm-hmm.
both of the tools, right? The writing and TechnoTutor
Mm-hmm.
in tandem, and it's like everybody changes. Sorry, like, sorry, this is how it works. So it's
Yeah.
like I wish. I mean, I think both of us wish that it was just like we could just read a book and like things would change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it'd be as simple.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I thought years. I had an extensive library when I lived out on the East Coast.
Hmm.
I did not have an extensive bank account. You know. So yeah, man. Well,
All right,
awesome.
brother.
Well, thanks for hopping on, dude. That was fun. I would
Yeah,
not
this
skip.
is cool. It's fun. It's so fun, man. It's good to chat with you again.
Of course,
It's been like a
dude. All
week
right.
or so.
I know. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and join Self Perfected so you can do the video challenge. Oh yeah, that's the last part of this. Is what is working for you. So whoever watches this on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, leave a comment or send a message like what's working. Maybe it's a few things, maybe it's a bunch, but Asif and I would both love to hear because it's important to really understand like what is working, so then you can properly build on that, so we can share with others. So,
Yeah, sharing
all right,
with others.
everyone. Good night
Bye,
or
everybody.
good morning, wherever you're at in the world.
Thanks,
See you
Mitch.
later. Yep. Thank you. Bye.